Well, here we go again. It is Sunday night live. Material issues. Can you believe it? This is episode number 227. We're actually in the present with this episode as things have been getting confusing lately. I'm Mark Hershberger of Pop Detective Records. I'm over here in South Jersey where it's been pitch black dark for 3 hours with the time change already. But joining me, as always, my very good friend over in SoCal, the other side of the country, president of the International Pop Overthrow Music Festival, Mr. David Bash. David, oh, good first Sunday of November.
Yeah, it really is. And you're right. Things have been very disorienting because we've been taping shows and not knowing whether we're in the present or the future and talking about events that haven't happened yet and did happen a few weeks ago. And were we supposed to say any of that? It's been strange, but
I'll tell you what, we had an interview today that we pre-recorded that people are going to love when we show it in December. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I think people will, and it's an artist that people should know about. Anyway, I wanted to talk about some reissues that I got recently, and I mentioned this one yesterday, but I'll talk about it again because it's so great. It's the first ever appearance on vinyl by the debut album by LA's own Wondermints. Wondermints, of course, featuring Darian Sahanaja, Nick Walusko, Brian Casson, and Mike D'Amico. And Darian, Nick, and Mike were in Brian Wilson's band. Good evening. Good evening. We're in Brian Wilson's band for many years. Darian and Nick were mostly responsible for resurrecting Brian's career, getting him away from people who didn't really understand Brian's vision, taking him in, giving him confidence and enough confidence to finish, Smile, and to release it and tour it. Something nobody would have believed. But prior to that, they had this wonderful band that, I mean, it's as good a pop album as you could possibly find. The songs on this album are culled from 3 cassettes that they had, well, pretty much given out to people they knew in, and also mail order in Los Angeles. Now, I think our guests are coming on into the studio now, but well, all right. Well, we see one of them, but we'll get to them in just a bit. At any rate, so the songs are culled from the blue, purple, and green cassettes that were given out in 92 and 94, respectively. And there's also 5 demos from those periods. Really heavy duty vinyl, great looking gatefold. Yeah, it's a release that I've been waiting for a long time, and I'm so glad that it's finally been done. You can order it from wondermintsband.com.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that if you're a fan of this band that you order it soon before it sells out, because I doubt they're going to do any more. So yeah, definitely check this out. Now for some more vintage stuff. One of my favorite albums of all time just got a reissue. Duncan Brown's album, Give Me, Take You. An album on Immediate Records right around the same time, maybe a little earlier than our guest from a few weeks ago, Billy Mychols. And this album actually was released at the time to not much fanfare, which is a shame because this is one of the most gorgeous, beautiful Baroque pop albums that you'll ever hear. Yeah. Duncan Brown had this really silky kind of baritone, but not, I mean, a baritone that hit its highest possible registers in that range. And again, the songs, you know, Zombies fans, Odyssey and Oracle fans will certainly love it. Fans of the Left Bank will love what he did. Just an incredible record. And this reissue is pretty bare bones, but it hasn't been out on vinyl for a long time. And it's nice that Charlie Records has been doing reissues of these Immediate Records albums. So
is that you said Charlie Records?
Charlie, yeah.
Is that the German label
I believe they're UK.
or UK? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Charlie BMG, it says on here. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice that they're doing these, even though, yeah, it's not a high budget reissue like let's say Wonderman's was, but still, it's the music that counts the most, and it's here. And I mean, I guarantee if you love the bands that I mentioned earlier, you will definitely love this album.
That's very cool.
Something a little bit more known, a really nice heavy duty reissue of Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, Elton John's first album from 1975. He also issued Rock of the Westies later that year. This is a 2-disc vinyl reissue on very heavy. This might be the heaviest slab of 2-disc vinyl that I've ever that I own. I mean, wow. Plus, it does come with, and I think the inserts are at least somewhat a part of that. But it comes with that those comics that the original one came with,
yeah.
in a much more concise format. I'll just pull out a little bit of it. So yeah, it's this is great. And you know, it's certainly one of his best albums. Some people would say it is his best. I prefer Caribou, but I love this one as well. Had the huge hit "Someone Saved My Life Tonight" and a whole lot of other amazing songs. So if you don't have this album on vinyl, or even if you just have the original vinyl, this is definitely the vinyl reissue to get.
It looks fantastic.
It really is. A couple of box sets for you. The Cars album from 1994, Heartbeat City, in a deluxe edition.
Wow.
Featuring a vinyl version and CDs with early versions and demos, early mixes, a live show from September 11th, which wasn't known as September 11th yet, 1984. I've always really liked this album. It's probably the most lushly produced of their albums. It's less new wavy, more just straight ahead pop rock. But I really like it. I actually bought this album initially when it came out, when I was my roommate in Los Angeles, who was from Detroit, ended up moving back there, and he didn't want to drive there by himself. So he asked if I would come along with him, and he paid for everything. So I said, yeah, what the hell? En route, we stopped in Albuquerque, and there was a Peaches Records there, I believe. And they were playing the record. And I ran up to the counter and said, what the hell is this? And they told me. And I said, okay, I'm on it. And I picked it up there. So this is a really welcome reissue. I haven't opened it yet, so I can't vouch for the goodies within, but it certainly seems promising.
Did I ever tell you that when I got married and went on my honeymoon, the flight from St. Martin to St. Bart's was a little 12-seater plane, just 12 seats. We sat next to Rick Ocasek and Paulina Porizkova.
Wow.
Yeah, sat right next to him. And it was.
I know what you were thinking about on your honeymoon.
Well, it was like one of those 12-seater little planes. And if you've ever landed in St. Bart's, you go over a volcano and dive straight down to the runway. It was the scariest experience of my life. But
whoa,
we saw them a couple times throughout. The island's really small, and that's all we talked about every time we saw it. Like, how about that landing?
So yeah, you didn't. I guess your fantasy of Paulina got a little bit.
Got a little bit.
It got off track, unfortunately.
Tempered, yeah.
Tom, Lisa, by the way, you can hear us. We'll in a little while. We can't hear you, and that's okay. But we can see you, and hopefully you can. Can you hear us?
They're upside down too.
They are? Not for me.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Can you hear us? Apparently not.
Well, we could bring them up, and then we'll work on the connection and while they're up, make sure everything.
Hey, we're anything but professional here. So what the hell? Right. So finally, one last reissue. texting me here? How dare you text me during the show? It's Rena. Well, it's my wife, so I got to take this.
No, okay.
Hold on, everyone.
Yeah, well, Lisa and Tom, if you can hear us, we're going to bring you up in 1 second, and we'll see how the connection floats. If not, we'll go in and out. I think they just rebooted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of in and out, I think of that lyric with the with respect to the song "Squeeze Box" by The Who. This reissue has nothing to do with Squeeze Box, but it does have to do with The Who.
Okay.
It has to do with their 1978 album,
Wow.
"Who Are You?" which was one that at the time didn't necessarily achieve the respect that I think it's gotten over the years. And it's definitely taken a while, but here's an amazing super deluxe reissue of that album with the original album, some Glyn Johns mixes, which are different, sessions and demos, several live performances, and a Blu-ray disc, 8 CDs.
Wow.
Of this really excellent album. So I picked pretty much all this stuff up at my local shop, Freak Beat Records, and I love supporting them when I can. And they had everything, so yeah. So I got it all there, except for the Wonderments, which I ordered off their website.
I don't know the time to listen to all this stuff, man.
Yeah, I won't be able to hear this stuff. Well, maybe a little bit of it before I leave, but yeah, on Tuesday, Rena and I head to New York for International Pop Overthrow. Why are you showing that at that particular moment?
I was just leaning up too far, and you couldn't see my shirt.
Oh, well, I love that shirt. So we're going to head to New York for International Pop Overthrow Tuesday night. It starts Thursday at the Parkside Lounge, goes through Sunday. Right. Then Rena goes home, and I head over to my good friend Dave Boogeyman's, and we will then a few days later, head up to Boston for IPO there. And then we're going to head to Toronto the week later for IPO there.
Which will be a little depressing for the fans because they lost the World Series.
Oh yeah, what a game! Holy cow! Yesterday we talked about who we wanted to win, and I said, it would have been nice if the Blue Jays got it for Don Mattingly and all that. And it was a hard-fought battle, but the Dodgers emerged.
When they knocked out Ohtani right there, the third inning or whatever, I thought, well, that's it. They've got the momentum. They knocked Ohtani out with a homer, 3-run homer. I figured that was done, but no, in this day and age, you can't tell.
And you know what they did with Yamamoto, I'm really surprised that more managers haven't tried that over the years. I mean, all right, so it's a day later. In some ways, his adrenaline is still high. Obviously, he's got 5 months to rest his arm. Try it, I think I'm really glad that Dave Roberts did that, and unfortunately it worked out exactly as it should have.
Yeah.
When they walked Barger, I remember telling Rena, it's not such a bad thing. Yeah, they put the winning run on, but they're set up for the double play now, and Kirk can't run. Yeah. And sure enough,
Yep.
So good for the Dodgers, the first repeat champions in many, many years. With today's playoff format, it's very, very difficult to repeat.
Sure.
And they did it. So, kudos to them. Can you guys hear us now?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna introduce you then and bring you up. Anyway, I have known both of these people for a long time, especially Lisa, who I've known. I always say this. I've known her since 1990 when she was 6 years old. She was quite the prodigy. Since then, she's recorded so many amazing records by herself, with other people, bands, solo, all kinds of stuff. And the gentleman I've known since 1998 when he brought his band, The Waking Hours, out from Virginia, his home state, to play International Pop Overthrow. Soon after, they moved permanently to LA, and that's where he met she. They got married, and they've been married ever since. They have kids, and they've done some projects together. But this one may be the most exciting one that they've done together. the High Frequencies, and they have a brand new record out on Gem Records. Our friend Marty Scott always puts out top-notch discs, and this one is no exception. It just came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, and we really love it. So we're going to play some tracks from it, and we're going to talk to the two main people in this band. And they are in the UK right now. I believe they've just come back from seeing Adam Ant. So we need to know how good that was. But so without further ado, would you please give a huge Material Issues welcome to Lisa Mychols and Tom Richards?
Yay.
Hey,
Hello.
goody two shoes.
Good evening. It's 1 a.m. out here.
And
How was Adam Ant?
He was incredible. He was-
Epic.
Yeah.
Really good, you guys. Like it was so good that I got really depressed after.
Oh,
oh,
where did they play?
Huh?
Where was the
the
concert?
Roundhouse, and amazing band, absolutely amazing band with the double drummers, and his voice sounded incredible, great energy. He rocked the guitar as well. I mean,
Wow.
it just sounded so good, and it was sold out. We just were really excited to see him, and we're gonna see him again on Friday at a different venue in London. The
Wow.
Apollo.
Oh,
Oh, you're going to see him again. Oh, wow.
yeah, and I wanted to share something. So you guys were talking about all these cool new releases. This one, Adam Ant. Oh, it's Adam's birthday. Everybody, say happy birthday to Adam.
It's
Ant.
Adam Ant's birthday?
Adam's birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Birthday, Adam. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Adam.
Amazing. And there's this vinyl. It's his singles, so a lot of people just getting to know Adam will probably love that. And it's also on, CD. But for vinyl collectors,
Yes.
get yours.
This is
before
just
they sell.
This is just a two-sided two-song thing or a full album?
It's two vinyls of singles. And
It's a collection of singles. Oh.
red
Well,
and vinyl.
He
Really
still
impulsive.
carries a lot of memories, man. I played Goody Two Shoes Friday night football playoffs. Like I play music throughout the stadium and things. And well, you turn on Goody Two Shoes and everybody, you could see their heads doing this and bringing back the '80s. It's great. I mean, that's part of our generation.
He's so creative, and everything he and his songwriting partner Marco did together were great, and he carries it. And just it's amazing to see any creative hero out there. And
Yeah, for sure.
He's still doing
No,
it.
Still
That's
doing
fine.
it.
This is your first time in the
that's
UK,
his
right?
job. Huh?
Your first time in the UK?
Yeah.
Her first time out of the country, except for Tijuana.
Yeah,
Wow.
I forgot that.
That was just a quick getaway run, right? For supplies. That doesn't count.
There's some great stories that came out of that one, actually.
Adam got me out of the damn country. Thank you.
And but Tom, you had been out of the country?
Oh yeah. I've been to London. I lived in London for about 6 months back in 1991 when I was in college.
Wow.
And I worked in a pub and a live-in job, and it was really cool. And we're actually going to go there hopefully tomorrow. It's still a pub. It's not the Slag and Lettuce Fulham that it was a long time ago, kind of over near Kensington, in the fashionable West End. But it's still a pub, and it'd be kind of nice to go back there. And
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, I've been here. I've been to London since 1995. No, 1994.
Wow.
I've been out here a bunch of times, so I know the city really well, and I can get around on the tubes pretty easy, around the city. Unlike New York, where it's an absolute disaster to get on the subway. I mean, it's so much more complicated than here. It's easy. You got these
That's
different
true.
lines. Maybe at one point they split out, but that's as far as it goes. There's no fast line, no slow line, whatever. And it's all nicely color coded with cute, memorable, catchy names. But,
No, that's true. Rena and I love taking the tube when we're there.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. It's like a good old wooden roller coaster for the most part. Rattly, just the way you like it. But yeah, we're staying in Camden Town, which was my favorite, still is my favorite part of London.
Oh my God! Have you visited any record shops yet? Because Camden Town has some amazing ones.
It does. They're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. We've been nonstop since we got in. We took the red eye flight from Boston last night. We got in at 7 a.m. So I didn't sleep.
Oh, you've only been there for like a day. Okay.
Yeah, not even
a day. Yeah. All right.
18 hours.
Yeah, the shops, the clothes shops, the record shops. Camden Town has all of that. It's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're so
We're
stoked.
rolling on adrenaline.
Yeah.
What do you think so far, Lisa? I mean, I'm sure it's been a whirlwind for you, but any impressions yet?
Yeah, so when we first got off the plane and I went through the customs thing, it was pretty easy, but I kept like looking at the floor and just seeing how old the floor was, and it smelled like old world soap. So it was like,
wow.
And the lighting was interesting. It's like industrial, like if you watch The Wiz, it has an industrial feel to it. And I think like it seemed complicated, but I did really well. I think I did really well. I did really great.
Well, they let you through, so you must have.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I convinced them.
It's changed so much. Like they used to interrogate you. Like there'd be an actual person, and there would be like guys where with
But
automatic weapons sometimes. Scan. Yeah, you just do a face scan and put your passport in, no questions. But it'd be like, how long are you going to be here? State your business. Tell us everything. Omit nothing. Like it was much more of that kind of experience. But now it's just you scan the thing, put your face in it. You don't even talk to anybody. It's very useful.
Yeah.
Lisa, I thought you were heading to Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Yeah,
the Banshees they do live well.
No, there was this cool guy that got on the tube, and I should have given him a sticker, but I did bring a bunch of these, so we are doing some business.
Yes.
I'm passing out stickers, and I forgot the cool guy. But the cool thing is he saw that we were standing with our suitcases on a train by choice, standing.
Because that's what the cool kids do.
That's what and he got right on there and he saw us. He's like, I'm gonna stand too.
Yeah. And then everybody else that got on the train after that also stood because they didn't want to be the uncool kid that wasn't standing.
Then we got off and that was it.
Sounds like a blast so far. And you got more Adamant coming up. Anything else big you're planning as far as sightseeing?
Yeah, Lisa and I, of course, love mod. Anything, all things mod.
Sure.
And we're gonna go see the Chords play on Saturday.
Oh wow!
Club. So we're very excited about that.
Wow.
And then we go to Paris for a couple of nights, see some friends of ours down there, and
nice.
On Tuesday.
Did you say Brighton?
Brighton, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Working on a music video for our next single as well.
Yeah, we're doing a couple. I'm going to get some footage of...
around London and cool places. I'm going to get her in the Quadrophenia Alley, like, lip syncing to a verse or something. I don't know. And then
great idea.
Yeah, that must be a bit... I mean, as a non-musician, some of that musician-y stuff doesn't mean as much to me, but I know that when musicians go to different cities like Liverpool or London or other European cities, especially, to be able to go to places where things were recorded or where a certain photo was taken must be a big thrill.
It is cool. Like we really love the big band shot. We're kind of shooting up at a 45-degree angle with big band. Like the Jam did that. The Who did that. A lot of bands did that. It's pretty iconic. So we got that one as well. That's on the list.
I want to go to
Cheswick Gardens, where they filmed Paperback Writer and Rain.
Yep.
I'll try to get those shots.
You're gonna have some. Hopefully, you'll be posting photos on Facebook the whole time.
Yeah. I will. They're gonna be public.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Well, speaking of awesome, I have to say I think this record is really, really wonderful.
That means a lot.
Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit, and just so much. I mean, it really rocks. I mean, you guys always have rocked, of course, but like this one, I don't know, maybe more than anything you've done.
I think you're right. I think we definitely wanted it to sound very loaded and crunchy, and with good pop, but just really good energy throughout. And my biggest concern is that it puts the pedal to the metal from the first song, and it isn't until the last song where you get a respite. It slows down.
Nigel played the guitar on Nexus Star.
The last song, the power ballad where everybody rips out.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, it from the get-go, man, it just kicks you. I mean, it really does. It smacks you in the face. Says, listen to track number one, and then it doesn't stop. You know, it's really
yeah. And I mean, part of me thinks, God, we should pace it. And I was like, no, this is what the band is right now. Maybe on the second round, we slow things down and take more twists and turns. And I don't know. I'm just saying.
No,
we'll have more
Lisa's not having any of that.
Yeah, we really wanted to be a garage rock party.
Get new sounds.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We've already written most of the songs for the next record.
Stuff we've done, we can't redo. It's like, I like your 3-chord song. You should do more of those.
There'll be some of those.
Easy sell.
Now, of course, you guys have done lots of projects together over the years, but the High Frequencies is fairly new. How did that form? And I know you have a member of the Waking Hours in there along with you two.
Technically, it's
They're
4
all,
members of the Waking.
Well, yeah. So
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you explain this.
Yeah. It's Scott, of course, who is the second longest standing. He joined the Waking Hours in '93 and left in 1999. And then Ricky, of course, joined in 1995, and he's been playing in bands with Lisa and I ever since. And of course, Lisa was in the Waking Hours from 2001 to 2004-ish, 5-ish. So yeah, it is. People that do like the Waking Hours will probably like this record.
Yes.
It's like I said, it's very upbeat. It's a kind of a garage rock party, kind of thing. No song can be slower than 120 beats. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I don't know. Math was never my good subject, but it's fast, and we really like it.
You know what? It's Tom. It's fast, but it's really clean though. It's not a muddy fast. Yeah. No, really.
Yeah. I love those loaded records, like the first couple of Oasis records, particularly their first album. It's just, I like that sound a lot. And I think for a first band, it is clean, but I think it's also kind of crunchy. I like that,
Well, it's clean, but it's loose. It doesn't sound like you're overproduced, over tight and clean. It's clean and loose. And when I say clean, like everything is defined, even though it's smacking you in the face, you hear everything. You hear the different instruments, you hear the voice blends well, nothing gets lost in it, nothing gets muddy. And that's every track. Every track is really just really clean and loose, like you're having fun live and hitting
How do you get that sound, or is that a trade secret that you can't reveal?
No, it's just, I've always been a huge fan of I think a little bit with the Waking Hours, like the Good Way is the record that we did is kind of like where there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of harmonies. Lisa did a lot of really subtle background harmonies, and I did as well, that you may never hear, but they're back there. And then, we got the crunchy guitars and the getting the room sound drums and kind of getting all that in there so it's noisy. That was kind of the way we wanted to pursue it. There's no dry drum sounds on here. Everything's, there's a good amount of room sound and pretty much everything on it, which I like. The garage factor.
Yes, I've always known you in person to be a, pretty laid back, chill kind of guy. No stress around you, or so it would appear. Yet, when you play and when you sing, you're just like a bundle of energy. Where does that come from? How do you extract that?
I wish I could answer. I think, I don't know. It's just like, I think a lot of performers who you get on stage, you really, you kind of transform, and that's what's so, liberating about playing music. It's like, a musician will usually say, yeah, it's great to record and write songs, but there's nothing like the feeling you get of playing live. And it's just, it's like you step out of your skin, and I don't know if you become somebody else or become who you really are or what, but there's a transformation that I just love, and I can't control it.
And I'm I'm certainly witness to that. I've told this story. You know what I'm going to tell now, Tom, but people who are listening don't necessarily know it. First year we did IPO, 1998. The Waking Hours come out all the way out from Virginia to play International Pop Overthrow. I'd heard the record that had been out at that point. I obviously knew I liked it, but I certainly wasn't ready for what I saw live. It was at a club called Luna Park, which no
Yeah.
longer exists.
Maroon 5 was on the bill.
I didn't really like the owner, so I'm not unhappy about that. But you guys are doing your set and you're rocking pretty hard. But nothing prepared us for the final the final song you did live, which was a cover of "Mama Said Knock You Out," a pure punk version of it. And we're all looking at each other like, "What the fuck?" Not in a displeased way, but just more like just being really shocked. But suddenly, you just totally, you went completely outside yourself and near the end started biting your guitar strings biting them off to the point where you bled somewhat profusely from your mouth. And is that must be one of those moments where you just transformed into something that you didn't know was in you.
Yeah, it's funny. I still enjoy doing that. It is fun. You got to change your guitar. We don't have to change your guitars strings after you play a gig, but there's something really satisfying to me. If it's a good show, I'll do it. If it's a bad show, I'll do it even more. It's just like, I don't know. I always loved the mod era who, the smash your guitar Pete era who, but I'm not going to smash my guitar. It's a Rickenbacker. And you got to be nice to those. Although, there might have been a time or two where I might have accidentally dropped it.
There was a time when Lisa smashed a guitar at IPO, but we don't have to go there.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. I remember that as clear as it was yesterday. It was like, it was at the Galaxy Theater. Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. We did that big show in Orange County at the Galaxy Theater.
That was such an epic, the Masticators, man. That was just
that was a Masticator show, and I remember after I introduced you, when I ran off stage, I accidentally tripped on Ricky's guitar cord and pulled it out of its pedal, and I just remember seeing Ricky go, "What the fuck?" And then he figured it out quickly enough and plugged it back in.
Yeah, Ricky's
those are great memories. So when Waking Hours came out to play that show, did you have at that point any notion that you would be moving out to LA, or did you fall in love with the city and say, this is where we want to be?
Oh, absolutely that. And I always, tell people when I talk about David Bash, say if it wasn't for David Bash and money's not the IPO, I wouldn't be here right now. I certainly wouldn't have met Lisa. I met her a couple of years later, really. But that was the show. When we played at that show with Kara's Flowers and a bunch of other bands, I remember walking out after the show and walking up and down it was Santa Monica Boulevard, I guess. And we went to see Weezer at the Whiskey, and I'd been up there a couple of times before when we were signed to Time Bomb Records. They flew us out and took us all around town. That was like 1998, and I fell in love with it. It was great. The music and the scene was so great, man. It was just, you knew that was a really happening place, and we moved out there. It's funny, the guys in Maroon 5, we were keeping in touch with Jesse mostly, and we were like, hey, we definitely want to move out. He was like, you guys got to move to Los Feliz. That's where we live, and that's where, that's a good place to be because there's a lot of, bands and stuff, and there's parties, and you can hang out. And that's exactly what happened. We moved out there, got a really cool place right near the Coffee Bean there in Los Feliz. And, within a couple of days, just meeting bands at parties. And I remember we met Rooney, and they were just kids in high school, and we gave them our EP, and they were like, hey, you guys recorded this at home? And, became friends with them. And of course, we got invited to play with Kara's Flowers and Rooney at the Whiskey, which was a really cool show. And
I was there.
That really brought us into the scene, and we didn't have to pay to play. It's just, we got a fan base. It was a really great time, but that really cemented us in there. But yeah, long story short, David, really, you inviting us out there, and, as a lot of bands do, you're like, how are we going to do this? Can we afford it? Can we do it? It's like, hey, if you build it, they will come. And I think a lot of musicians, you probably changed the lives of a lot of people. I know it absolutely changed the trajectory of my life in a big way. It's true, man. It really is.
No, I appreciate that. And, I have heard that from a few other acts, and it's great. It's very gratifying. to be able to affect people's lives in that way. I'm not a musician, so I have to contribute. But I mean, all the great music that musicians have given me over the years, I got to contribute somehow. So I'm glad that I have. One of my big IPO moments. You mentioned Kara's Flowers. For those who don't know, Kara's Flowers were a 4-piece from LA who, in the late 90s, who got signed to Reprise, released an album. And a few years later, suddenly they had a fifth member. And I remember they played an IPO show, their third one. And they're playing these songs we'd never heard. And we're all looking at each other like, man, they sound like Michael Jackson now or something. What are they doing? And the next thing you know, they're Maroon 5, and the rest is history. But at that Kara's Flowers show that you mentioned, the one that they played the first year when Waking Hours were on the bill, at the end of that show, Adam Levine pinched me in the ass. So I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I got pinched in the ass by Adam Levine.
Yeah, they were actually at that point. He's an odd cat. I love him. They were already doing this album. You can find it online somewhere. They've never put it out to my knowledge, but it was referred to as the Stag Street Recordings. So they had left their pop punk sort of, Beatles, Green Day thing in the dust. And by the time I think we were playing with them, they were doing a lot of songs from that, album that never came out. But if you do ever get a chance to hear it, some great songs. It was them transitioning not into the Michael Jackson, the R&B thing that they became. It was really more like folky kind of. I can't explain it, but it's really melodic and really good. And if you can find it, just some really
actually, I can find it right in my CD shelf because they did release a limited number of them, and they made their second IPO appearance, which was at the El Rey. They actually made that kind of a release show. I think that might be the only place you could have ever gotten it, but tons of people picked it up. I think they must have sold about 100 of them at least.
I didn't buy one that night. A mutual fan of ours had just said, "Hey, you got to hear this." They sent us the MP3s, I think, or they made a handmade CD. But yes, really good. And that was the night the Cow Sills played too. It was Cow Sills. It was such a great night. What a night! And I met so many people there, and it was an incredible night. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I really miss those days. Those days when the industry was still happening, when you could get a venue like the El Rey, and where I could get a venue like the El Rey, and be able to put enough people in it to where I could get it the next year. With the state of music these days and the state of the acts that I book at IPO, that could not happen anymore. So now we just use smaller venues. And I mean, the Waking Hours certainly got used to playing some, pretty good sized venues at the time. Now, these days, a band like that and like the High Frequencies, you're more likely to be playing smaller venues. What's your impression now of, the music, the fabric of the music industry as it is today?
I think it's gotten there's less. It seems to me anyway. I could be totally wrong. There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more bands in music acts, but I feel like there's the likelihood of having like a Seattle or an Athens, like a scene, like a regional scene. I'm not so sure that happens as much anymore because everything is just kind of it doesn't develop that way, and I miss that aspect. But now the great thing is anybody who's creative can get music out there, and you don't have to spend 10,000 hours in Hamburg getting there. And I think while there's a downside to it, because then I'll suddenly have 20 billion songs and you can never maybe even hear everything, but a lot of great people that just record in their bedrooms and would never play live are putting out great music too. So it's got its advantages. I feel like everything has just gotten more specialized and diverse, but it's also really exciting. There's so many cool, I feel like there's so many cool bands around that are taking in different influences from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and rolling it all into one. And I think that's one of the most exciting aspects to me when you listen to new music. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what
I think. I also I lament the pretty much the death of a lot of small clubs, though.
Yeah.
Right here in the greater Philadelphia area. When you talk about, is there a scene? Is there, it's tough to create a scene when you don't have a dozen places that you can play, every other night and create, the following and create a buzz, so to speak. And I think that's what I miss a lot is, and people just aren't, there are the places just don't exist anymore. The smaller places where you can put 100 people, 150 people in and play 2 times a week and rotate it around and be, and then go to another city and still have that kind of stuff going on. But,
I feel like in Richmond, and this might be the same in a lot of places, there's a lot of brew pubs now. So there's a lot more. There's a ton of places to play in Richmond. As I think there are a lot of places, but it's not like 3 or 4 of the bigger clubs that really concentrate in those areas. It's so spread out that it's not the same as, the National Touring Act always comes to this club and you could get in openings.
Right.
I mean, that happens too, but I feel like there's hundreds of places to play, which is great. And I love that aspect of it, but it's also, I guess, maybe more diluted too. So it's hard to really find a scene. We're like, Richmond is funny. It's like, there's not really any other power pop bands in Richmond, but we have a lot of kinship with bands that are, I would say, almost completely different to us. But what is drawn together is our live shows, the energy of the live shows.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
Original music, and that's the camaraderie and the kinship of building scenes. It's like that. It's not like we play with other power pop bands. We play with there's one band in Richmond called Crack Fox, which is just, you have to see them to believe them. They're just, you could say it's maybe like Black Flag, but they've got a female lead singer who's just like in your face. And the music, every band member brings something. It's like Richmond's known for math rock, like drumming wise and stuff. So like the drummer brings a lot of that kind of thing to it. I don't know. I just can't explain it. It's punk. It's hardcore. I don't know, maybe a little X thrown in there, but it's just like you see them live. And it's like what we do live. It's like you just got to make noise and you got to jump around and have a really good time. And maybe, I don't know, break some stuff, but it's just cool.
Are there a lot of young bands happening in Richmond now?
Yeah. Like I said, it's really diverse. And again, it's not really a scene. And there's so many bands out there that it's like, I've seen them play live, but we haven't actually connected yet. And it's, I don't know, it's cool. It's just like, you got to build that. So we're starting to build that scene. The most recent idea we talked about is put together a softball league. So you get like 2 or 3 bands into a team, and then, you go around to different bands, say, hey, let's start this, let's do it. And whatever. So just fun stuff like that. We're trying to figure out like ways to really get everyone together. Cause that's we get a scene. That's the power, Kiss or Kill in LA was like that. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
Fire for a while,
and they made a documentary about it,
which you have to see. In Heaven There Is No Beer. It is a really good documentary. It's because it's the classic story. Like if you've seen Dig, which is one of my favorite documentaries of all time. Jonestown Massacre, right? Dandy Warhol's, the kind of rivalry that's there. Kiss or Kill kind of had that too, and it's like everything comes to a head, and there's a rivalry where these 2 bands, the big bands, go at it, for various reasons, and then it just kind of all falls apart. It's like the Silic Theory. It's like every scene that happens to, but it's a great documentary done by David Palmero, who played drums in the OAOTs, the one and only Typicals, and
oh yeah,
a brilliant
God, you're
job.
bringing all these names back to me now.
Yeah. It's a fun watch, and for some reason I'm in it a lot. They interviewed me, and it was cool, but it's uncomfortable because Waking Hours are kind of like party crashers. We kind of showed up a little later in the scene, but yeah, the New Fidelity, which were an incredible band. Yes, so many. It was great. It was a great scene, You
just gave me an idea, though. You Tom, I don't know if David saw it or not. You remember the movie The Warriors?
I never had.
How about we do a remake of The Warriors, but yeah, come out and play. We do a remake of The Warriors, but instead of it being these comical gangs, you're actually bands trying to get to the other side of the town to your venue.
Good.
and you're playing music along the way in little apartments and little clubs and little back alleys, and you run up against another band.
There's a
What's that?
DJ. There's a
there's
DJ.
gotta be
throughout.
DJ. Yeah. So there we go. We've got our hit in the making here. A redo of the Warriors, but with music.
Tom, after all the years that you guys were in LA, you went back to Richmond. What drove the decision to do that?
Oh, it was all money. No, it wasn't money. It was for me. I loved LA. I fell in love with it. We went out there. I met Lisa. We played a lot of great music over the years, and I think probably there was a point after Kiss or Kill kind of faded away in 2009. It got more. It's just there wasn't the scene there that we had.
No, it was very fragmented. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. And then a number of other things happened on a personal level. Lisa lost her mom and her sister, and so we didn't really have the family out there anymore. And as much as I love California and miss it, like I was talking to my friend Rob, who we're hopefully going to see, he's in Paris. There's a band called the King Cheetah, which was a Kiss or Kill band. He said when he left finally back in 2022, I think he said when my friends asked me what it was like to be in California, he said it was like being on vacation for 20 years. And I kind of get that, because I still love California, but all of our family, the kids especially, our friends, mainly my brother Scott and Ricky were not in LA, and they're in the band now. And I can't tell you, I think there was a huge motivation for us to get back to Richmond just so we could be in a band with Scott and Ricky again. Ricky, I mean, he's not my physical brother, but my mom always pointed out, Tom, your initials are exactly backwards. You're TR, he's RT. And Ricky and I are like this, and
oh yeah,
he's to this day and Lisa as well, he's our brother and we are family. And we do these shows as the Waking Hours. It's like the Waking Hours 2004, and it's just me, Ricky, and Lisa, because there was such a great camaraderie around then. It was a Kiss or Kill scene. There's a different version of the Waking Hours of the other ones, but we just love playing together that much. And every time we see each other, when we practice, whatever, we give each other hugs. And we never not give each other hugs when we see each other when we're done for the evening. It is truly magic playing with these people. And I pinch myself sometimes. It's so much fun. The biggest problem with this band is we have too much fun and we don't get stuff done. We have a 3-hour practice. We go up, we goof around and play music and stuff for an hour, and we do the same thing at the end of it. And but
another thing that must be advantageous is, now that you have kids and you're raising them, obviously it's a lot less expensive than living in LA. You must, I assume you own you own property that you couldn't possibly own in LA.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it. I mean, really honest, if I'm looking at it, I think our rent went from $2,200 to $3,700 in the course of the course of 7 years. And even thinking about buying a house there, as much as I would love to get a little place out in LA or Palm Springs or something, it's just, if you're going to put all that money in, who's there? What's your motivation for doing it? Yeah.
He's going to end up moving to Vegas.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not moving to Vegas. I like the idea of retiring nestled up against a mountain, like in Palm Springs, where the sun sets over the mountain and the stars are ever so blue and you hear the sound of coyotes at night.
Yeah, that's all you
No, but seriously, yes, you nailed it, David. It really was outrageously expensive. I thought of buying a home out there.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I like the idea of you in Vegas, though. Maybe in a white jumpsuit with sequins, and that'd be pretty nice. Yeah.
What's happening? Well, I've often wondered this, but where's Mike McCormick these days? For those who don't know, Mike was he was kind of the Dennis Wilson of the Waking Hours. He was the sexy drummer who would sit there in the back and the girls would just scream. Where is Mike now?
So I remember I loved working with Mike, and he was a great drummer. And if it wasn't for Mike, I don't know if I would have had the motivation to actually move the Waking Hours out. Ricky was like, hey, whatever you guys want to do. But Mike was like, I want to be in LA on my 21st birthday, playing music, doing this and that. And he and I were partners in crime. And he was a lot younger than I was, 10 years younger than I was at the time. So, for me to make that kind of leap, I look back at it now and say, what the hell was I thinking? But it was great. And, just like with any band, you play with each other for a while and you start to get on each other's nerves. And that's kind of what happened in LA. And, it was just, one of those things. But he has gone on. He told me once, he said, hey, if I haven't made it by the time I'm 30, I'm going to go back to school, get a degree, and become a VP or something. It was basically like, I'm going to go to school and then just do something completely different, which he did. And I checked on his LinkedIn. I haven't kept in touch with him in years, but he did exactly that. It's like you could see he went to NASA and then he went to work with, like he was working with Elon Musk at X during that whole thing, and then left.
Oh my God.
Every year or so, or 6 months, he would switch jobs and like go up. Like it was always going up. And he had these books of, like the class was how to be successful, win friends, and all those kind of books. And he would carry them around with him. So he was a guy who was really focused on whatever vision that he was. When we went to LA, we had this joke that, there'd be Waking Hours dolls. And the Mike McCormick doll had a box of Waking Hours promo scenes. And, you'd pull the string on his back. It's like, hey, check out my band. Because that's what he did. We went out every night, any show, and he would hand out CDs like it was nobody's business. So I have nothing but love and respect for Mike. He's a great drummer. It looks like he's really successful. I'd love to hang out with sometime and have a beer. But just, a great, really good person to have had in the band. And, I don't know. Again, I wish he would play some music. He was really talented.
Yes, he was. And obviously, although you might not have known it from looking at him and seeing him in the band, but obviously an incredibly bright guy.
Yeah. I mean, he was really, he did a solo project with a friend of ours. And I think the name of the band was Logan. And it never got released. But damn, it's a great record. I have a copy of it floating around. And
that one I don't have. So
if I could find it and send it to you, and if Matt Fass, who's our friend, will let me do that, I would love to share it with you because it's really good.
Please.
Very cool.
Yeah,
we'd love to hear it. But we could talk about the Waking Hours forever. But we should probably talk about the High Frequencies and maybe get Lisa back in here. Where has she gone?
I'm coming. I'm just answering questions.
I'll answer questions.
It's all good.
Okay, ask me the first question. Oh, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite song on? Do you guys have one yet?
Yes, we do. Well, I do have a CD.
Yeah, indeed.
And I'll probably end up playing what might be my favorite song.
Probably
I'll tell you which one it is when we get to it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark. What was that?
No, probably mine as well. I think both David and I probably have the same favorite song. And we're going to play.
We do? All right, we'll see.
I think so.
Our
taste.
Your favorite songs instead of us picking our favorite songs.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to play. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Because I had asked you to choose stuff that you wanted us to play, and I never did hear back. So I said, all right, I'll choose them. But let's. So, I mean, this is one band where Lisa, you're definitely front and center on this. You sing lead on just about every track, and the one that you don't, you share with Tom. You're certainly no stranger to doing that, having had your own project and New Shoe and a few others where you sang. How do you feel about High Frequencies with respect to the other ones? Is this your favorite project so far?
I really like the 7 and 6, to be honest. I think so far. Sorry, Marty, that was like my favorite.
That is an honest answer, and I did get. Fortunately, you guys did play IPO one time, and I got to see you. So I agree that was a lot of fun. But yeah, this record, I think Mark hit it on the head. I really didn't. I didn't have the right descriptor for it, but he did when he said it's so clean yet it rocks as much as it does, which is it isn't a very common combination. So I want to play a track, and I always do this. I always figure the band has a reason for making the track that they do, the first track. And the first track on the High Frequencies album is Tonight and Every Night. What's that song about, and what made you decide to have that as the opening track?
First track, yeah.
I didn't choose it. I'm terrible with how I sequence. I'm horrible. But I can tell you what it's about.
And then I'll tell you why
Gonna
it's number
strike
one.
a quarter to 12. You know, I still got some of the South. You want to? Oh. But I mean, if you watching you getting ready to play, I want to feel it in every way. I want to. Am I off?
No, this guitar's out of tune.
Oh. We're staying in a place that has guitars on the wall. That's the
Oh.
guitar. Look at that. Look at it. It's got.
Nice.
Look at.
Oh, this is from the hotel that you're in. Oh.
Yeah, it's a Iceman copy. I have the real thing. So yeah, just the inspiration of watching, you know, your hero up on stage playing.
Tonight and every night?
Yeah.
And the
Bringing it
the
up.
audience inspiring the artist and the artist inspiring the audience. The sort of, you know, the whole sort of cycle.
Yeah, because if the audience just doesn't, you know, get pumped up,
Right.
they're not helping the artist. The artist is already bringing it, and it's like.
Yeah, it's the cycle of the energy from the
That's
stage
why-
going into the audience, coming back to the artist.
See, and that's why with Adam Man, oh my God, I was so worn out. Holy camole. I was so worn out after that. And I just like went whoop and then. So yeah.
And then the sequencing, that was actually.
It's like going to see Kiss or
yeah.
something.
The sequencing actually, you know, it's always a big thing between the label and the artists. And I'm pretty open-minded usually, but it was actually Kurt Ryle from
Gripweeds.
the Gripweeds. Yeah, he actually did the mastering for it, and there was some back and forth. And at some point, you know, Marty was like, "Hey, I think we need to remove the." He doesn't like drums intros, so he wants just the song to come right in. And Kurt said, "No, I think we need to keep that, you know, because that's got the 'I Want You to Want Me' thing.
Yes.
Got to keep that." But then there was some discussion about what should be first, and Kurt just said, "I think that song should be first." And so I was like, if Kurt says that, I'm on board with it. I have a lot of respect for him as a producer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love him if I could afford it and travel up to New Jersey, but yeah, he's the reason that song is actually the first track.
Yeah, well, that, you know, he does know what he's talking about. You know, I've known Kurt for about 30 years now, and I love the Gripweeds and pretty much everything he touches. He's got that Midas touch when it comes to producing as well. So here's the opening track on the self-titled album by the High Frequencies, and we have Tom and Lisa of that band here with us. So yeah, let's get right into it. Tonight and Every Night here on Material Issues.
Gonna strike a quarter to 12. You know you still got something to sell. You want to. Oh. Watching you get ready to play. I want to feel it in every way. I want to. Oh. Meet me in the spot. We'll take it high. Well on our way. Dreams are canvases, they'll get the gist. We cannot lose.
are we playing it here?
I wanna feel it in
Yeah.
every way.
Oh, I wondered what happened.
I love
Um,
it. I was just gonna keep going, man.
No, we certainly could have. Yeah.
That is so good, Tom. I like those little background. Nice. I love that. I don't know
Yeah.
if you got backwards cymbals going on there. It sounds
Yeah.
like it, man.
Totally.
Just it kicks.
It really does. It's a great choice for the opening track with the drum opening. Yeah, just leads it in, and that hook is amazing. Our friend Terry Tudor, who has a great band called The Numbers, they've been around for a while, and they just released a new record, Nexus Star. So he picked the ballad. Wow.
Wow, yeah. There we go. Terry Tudor checking in with Nexus Star. Nice. Yeah. That song is so good, Tom. Yeah. Wow. It's gonna
That
roll.
is, I love that one. It is, to me, it's like, there's a couple of factors I really like about it. Lisa played me the demo of it. I was like, this is phenomenal. And we didn't really have an ending for it. And I just love the idea of having one of those fake endings where you think it's over and it could be over, but then you have the sort of second, I guess, a coda or whatever you would call it. And I came up with this chord progression that, of course, would get bigger and bigger with each passage, and there'd be more and more Lisas, which, we always like to have more and more Lisas on the background vocals, because if you listen closely to those harmonies, it's like ELO kind of stuff that's going on. Yeah. And then there's I love Ricky's drumming on it, it's a big thing, and Scott's bass playing. It's kind of a Britpop song, I think, to me, and I'm a huge Britpop fan.
Yeah.
But I really love Nigel Patrick Winfield, who's in Emperor Penguin. I didn't like my solo. It was just dreary, and I said, can you do something with this? So he sent me this beautiful solo, which I or Ricky or nobody I know would ever put on a song. It's beautiful. I almost get a little teary-eyed when I hear it, because there's something going on there that I just love. And then he's also playing some guitars like a on the end, on the outro, and like this climbing part too. So really was grateful that we had a special guest cameo from Nigel on this. He also did all the artwork for it as well, which I think turned out really nice.
Nigel's a great guy, and Emperor Penguin, one of my favorite bands. Their last two albums especially, holy cow.
Yeah, and Lisa's done some work with him as well. And
yes, she has. Yeah. And we've had them at IPO Liverpool several times. And now that you've gone to the UK, and you'd been there before, but I'm sure Lisa will enjoy it as well. Now that that's happening, I'm going to be inviting you guys to come to the Cavern.
Of course,
play IPO Liverpool, and I hope you.
We love that.
I hope you take. And I'll put you on a bill with Emperor Penguin. I mean, I really hope you take me up on it. But let me get to the song. The next one I want to play does happen to be my favorite song on it. I mean, this hook is just will never ever leave my head. It's right smack in the middle of the record. It's one called Cleanup Time. And what's your story on that one?
So think of a snowman with a broom.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
No, getting rid of
toxic friends.
Yeah, toxic friends.
Okay.
Things that are just not good for you.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to
expel.
I'm
looking
not looking to abort you, undermine.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You got to go. I got other priorities. My time is important.
Well, no, it's not like maybe it's just the chemistry is wrong.
I love
it's not you.
You don't need the energy drain, Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all.
Yeah,
it's go both ways.
It's definitely probably the most power poppy song on the record, which I love. But it's also got some cool, like the whole sort of almost ska thing, the drop down section, and then I love where it goes double time at the end, which again that song has roots to it. We actually playing with Dave Palomero, and I got to give him credit, in Heaven There Is No Beer. He was the one that came up with the double time on the third verse, and I got to give him huge credit for that, because I love working with him. He's a really he was really thoughtful. He would compositionally provide valuable input to the song structure rhythmically, which I thought was great. Which anyway, long story short, cool track, definitely.
Well, yes, very much so, and I think our listeners / viewers will love it as well. From the brand new record, High Frequencies, we've got my favorite track on the record. It's called Cleanup Time, and here we go on Material Issues. What are we hearing in the background?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Keep being loud. Keep talking.
I tell
Yeah, I
you,
really took notice of those drums this time. Now that you mentioned what it was about, yeah, very, very cool effect. One you don't hear very often.
and coming out of that, like that, that ska kind of breakdown there, where you built, it's almost the twist and shout kind of vocals, but subtle. It's not like here's what we're doing this on purpose because it's been done 100 times before, but it's there, you know. And I love it. At least vocals, man.
Yeah, you can hear like Lisa doing some if you listen very closely. They're very.
Yeah, I was gonna. Mark was saying something about Lisa's vocals. Yeah, I wanted to say that, you know, it's like she's really found the fountain of youth on this album, particularly on that song. I mean, you know, she's 29, but she sounds like she's 19 on that.
Yeah, good 10 years off her life right there.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's my favorite track as well. That track is really good.
I'm glad we're simpatico on that one.
That's hot. That's hot.
Well,
have you guys put together a little bit of a tour of of the Virginia area?
We're talking about little tours like New
East Coast,
Jersey,
So
Boston.
it won't be like a release the record then go out for a week or anything. It's going to be like this is just the building block for us to go out and start doing, like, getting up and down the East Coast and getting, out of Richmond and doing some other stuff. Hopefully, like, we want to trade shows with the other jam bands, get up to Jersey, get up to Baltimore, Philadelphia, and vice versa. Like, really try to get this whole sort of network so we're all being able to play in each other's hometown on a good night at a good place and get some bands,
And we've been like walking the streets looking for those posters of bands or stickers. It's like, do they look like a band we could play with if we ever came back?
Yeah, of course.
Are bands still putting up posters? I mean, I certainly miss those days.
Only the bigger
a little bit, but not like the good old days where I go to Kinko's Copies and I had to go out and look around, make sure there were no cops and. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'll never forget in LA, Tom, that when we would be coming out of a show, let's say at the Roxy, and even though Waking Hours hadn't played there, you were out there with flyers, just giving them out to people.
We do that, yeah. We'd hand out, and we'd go basically like before the show. We get there a couple hours early to whatever. I remember I can't remember. It was whatever the pop punk bands were of the day, and we would just go to the forum or whatever, and just meet people. Like Mike and I and Ricky would be there too, and Mark Strong, who was in the band. And we just kind of just work our way down the line, say, hey, Mike's got the CD, I've got the pliers. We just kind of work it, and it was really great. I think we got a lot of fans out of that. It was
back then you certainly could do that, and it's a lost art. That's one of the biggest problems now. I mean, social media has its pluses and minuses, but I think in many ways it's made bands a lot more complacent because they figure, well, we'll be seen on social media. We don't have to market the way we used to. But the problem with that is, as you mentioned, there are a hell of a lot more bands now than there used to be. So you're competing for attention with so many bands, and you're all on social media, but there's only so much time in the day, so much energy people can expend to see what's going on with bands. So,
but here's the question: there may be a lot of bands, but are there a lot of bands that are actually trying to get out and play? That's a good point. There might be a lot of bands, but you don't see them out there trying to play or trying to create shows or trying to create things. So that's a separation point right there.
Well, speaking of Baltimore, have you spoken to the guys in Splitsville about doing shows?
I need to. I really honestly, we should definitely be doing that because we're on the East Coast now, and it's it's a whole new ball game in those respects, and they're not on Gem, but like I said, let's do it. Let's build a whole as much as we can. Let's try to get these bands up and down the East Coast, sharing shows and getting people in on a good night and returning the favor. I think that's how a good, healthy scene is created. So that's what we're going to try to champion next year. So to answer your question, it's not a big, we're going to go out and tour for a few weeks and then it's just going to be, this is our CD. We got new songs, working on those and bringing those into the set, but we're going to start next year. We just want to play, get the CD out there, network with bands, work on the new songs, get a new CD in the pipeline, and kind of take it from there. Build it from the ground up.
And speaking of Gem Recordings, I want to run across the bottom, gemrecordings.com. That's for anybody who's seeing this and wondering, well, where do I pick up the high frequencies? That's a good place to start, gemrecordings.com.
Or you can go to Lisa Mychols on Bandcamp, and I have it up on my page.
Lisa Mychols on Bandcamp.
MYCHL. Oh no! There's 1,000 people watching us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're going right across the bottom. There's how you spell Lisa. Lisa Mychols and Tom Richards. So Lisa's Bandcamp and Gem Recordings also going across the bottom. Pick it up. It's a fantastic CD. And of course, when you get through New Jersey, I'll be waiting for you for dinner. So we'll do dinner here in New Jersey. I got a great old cookbook with some really weird recipes to
nice
on you.
Plan. I'd love that. We love to party with you all night rave after dinner.
Good.
It's gonna be epic.
By the way, how are your kids doing? And does it look like you've got some budding musicians there?
Yes. So
look at that.
Jaden is piano, and she can play Lady Madonna like it's nobody's business. She completely learned it, and
she wrote a book.
Martha, my dear, and she's working on a book too.
No, she wrote a book. She's having it. It's being sent as we
speak. So
wow.
She's multimedia, but she really does. She's a really great piano player.
Wow.
And then Harrison he's more.
He's not a kid anymore. They're both.
He is a kid. They're both kids.
Grown up.
They're both grown up, but they're still both kids. Yeah,
they're grown up.
It's it's cool. I love it. I love the
they're
people
not babies anymore though.
Yeah, but they still are kids. There's we still hang out and do fun stuff together, and it's cool. They're doing great. They're prospering. Harrison still needs to get his driver's license though. So
that's a long story.
Kids
these
days.
They took away driver's ed in California. And he missed it by a year when we moved to Virginia. And I begged PE. I was like, please, can we take driver's ed? I'm desperate here. Nope.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, really?
They're doing well. They're doing really well.
Good.
I'm very glad to hear that.
We'll always be kids. My 31 and 27-year-old are kids to me. They're kids.
Love it. Yeah.
And we're all kids too. I mean, I'm 67. Okay. Who the hell would believe that? Yeah. If I walked into corporate America and I saw, even 40-year-olds there are so much older than I am.
Hear ya.
I mean, and that's the way it's always going to be. Even if God willing, I make it into my 80s, I'll still be younger than just about every businessman out there.
I heard that you can be 80 and still have kids. Mark, what were you going to say? Well, for
No,
a guy. Not for
I wasn't
girls.
going to say anything. I was just raising.
I don't know how to respond to it.
I love it. No. It's all part of being young at heart. And that's why we keep doing.
We know it's really late out there, so we'll wind things up. But I want to play for the last track that I want to play. Lisa does lead vocals on everything, but this is one where it's both of you, and of course you know which one it is. And I thought, let's hear Tom a bit as well.
Sure.
So we're gonna play for our last number. We're gonna play a track near the end of the album called "Where the Hell You Been." So the first question I have is, why on this one is it both of you?
It was a song that absolutely required that second harmony.
Emma used to be the vocal.
Yeah. So that song that one has roots. That was, back in the day, and it never. So Waking Hour song, like 2010-ish. And it's a song I had sitting around. We never had a chance to put it out. And a very good friend of ours is a DJ in Richmond, Enzo. Who's got a great show, Pop Goes the World, on Fridays from 3 to 5 in Richmond on WRR. But he said, Tom, this is one of your best songs. Why haven't you guys put this out? And we actually played a demo of it on his show back in 2022. And Lisa turned to me. He's like,
well, me and Scott did.
Yeah, both. And he said,
we're like,
let's do this song. And
it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's a cool song. I like it because it rocks, but it's got the chorus where just everything drops out and there's jazz chords, and then it just goes off in this tangent at the end.
Your baby.
Oh, puppy.
This is actually not my dog. My dogs are sleeping on the sofa because it's their house. But this is a dog that is visiting for the weekend because his mommy ran in the New York City Marathon today.
His human mommy, not his dog mommy.
This is my doggy's best buddy, Albus. He came over here to see what was going on.
Oh, he is very, very cute.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy.
Hi.
Say hi.
Sweet. Oh.
Hi, everybody. What was your favorite song on the album? Oh, it's coming up. The next one we're going to play. Okay. He loves "Where the Hell You Been."
Good job. Good
And I'm sure everyone else will as well. So here we go with a track from the brand new record by the High Frequencies. We have Tom and Lisa from that band as our guests today. And so get ready for "Where the Hell You Been" right here on Material Issues.
Know about the games you're playing now.
tell you,
There are a few observations. I mean, I love the juxtaposition between some of those really kind of late 60s sort of soft pop melodies in there, and also in the verse and the descending notes remind me a lot of the song Thoughts and Words by the Byrds. I don't even know if that.
That's
Oh,
exactly.
really? You had that in mind?
Absolutely,
This
I
song
did.
is
That's one of my.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you nailed it,
take
David.
something back.
One of my favorite Bird songs, and I love that, and it absolutely is an inspiration for the verse.
Wow.
And then the chorus, like I really
too.
wanted to do something like Stereo Lab, like
Yeah.
huge Stereo Lab fan, and I really just love if you listen to like the harmonies and the jazz chords, I was thinking, they would do that a lot differently, but it just, you have this rocking verse and then you have
No, I see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally see where you're coming from.
You
Wow,
know,
I
and
can't believe I got
it's really hard not to lose the vocals when there's so much stuff going on and power going on, and the vocals are not lost in the mix. It's really mixed well. And
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Francine.
It was a mix. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
Is Francine a friend of yours?
We got
Francine.
Dominique.
Hi, Francine.
Oh, I guess she is.
Mm.
Welcome, Francine.
Aw. So nice to see you.
And our good friend Tim Allen said here, is there such a thing as too good? Apparently so.
No, Tim. Thank you.
That reminds me of the best line I ever heard at an IPO show from somebody in the crowd. Someone in the crowd turned out to be Steven Wilson from the band Plastic Soul, but this was back in, I think it was around 2003 or so. At Fay Dodo, this band from San Francisco, The Affection, were playing, and after one of their songs, he said, "Please stop ruling too much." As if they were overwhelming him to the point where it was almost, they were so good it was almost killing him. Like, stop already, stop! I can't take it. You're too good. So yeah, is there such a thing as too good? Yeah, apparently so.
Well, I mean, you really came out of the gates with this one, and wake a lot of people up.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Is there have reviews started coming out yet, or is it too early?
Yeah, we post them on our High Frequencies page, and there's been.
Is that Rena?
Hey, Rena. Yeah, you can check them out. They're really, really nice. We just got one recently from Don Valentine.
Oh yeah.
Here, single, and he got it. Like, I mean, everybody who's written a good review, like, I really love seeing it. But Don was basically saying, I noticed how you put a lot of the pop stuff on the front side of the record, and then the back side is more of a rock thing. And I think he made like a comment. He was talking about one of the songs, like Stratoplastic, kind of going back to 90s alt rock and like making you want to raise your fist. And I thought, man, he's absolutely right. This is two records. There's a first half which is more on the pop side. There's a second half which is a lot heavier, I think, in a lot of ways, and garagier. And I love that they can coexist on the same record, and that they are almost separated.
Which of course begs the question: are there plans for vinyl?
Everyone keeps asking that, and I think
we're a good band to have vinyl.
I think we should.
Like on my other projects, no way, no. But this band, I do feel so. Everyone, email Marty.
Yeah, email Marty.
Yeah, we'll try and put a bug in Marty's ear.
Marty. No, yeah, I would love to hear. I would love to get this. I mean, again, I want to give some kudos.
Maybe our next album.
Maybe so. Oh, there's one little quick fun fact about this record. It's an Easter egg, and you would only know this if you get the CD and you put it into your computer or your car. It's our debut album, and it's self-titled, but the original album title was going to be "The High Frequencies Get High," and there was some back and forth on that.
And Ed Sullivan said, "No way are you calling it that."
Yeah, Marty was like, "What is this, 1960?" I love Marty to death. He's right. He's like, "What is this, 1969?" And I'm like, "All right, that's cool. Whatever." So we said, self-titled, and then we can do something, whatever, for the next one. But to my surprise and delight, when we put it as a band, we put it in to listen to it in my car. It popped up and it said, "The Waking Hours, tonight, every night, get high." So if you buy the CD, the
It
album
said the
title-
waking hours.
Oh, sorry, the high frequency.
It
We were
does-
talking so much about the waking hours that
these get hot.
But yeah, it's an Easter egg that kind of popped up, which by accident, there was nothing. There was no hand behind that. But yeah, it's just kind of fun. Anyway,
I love
really
it.
grateful. Yeah, to be able to play with these folks. And we were excited. We got a bunch of new songs Lisa and I are working on. And Scott's going to be singing. My brother's got a couple of songs.
oh wow.
And Ricky as well. Ricky's going to be singing on this next record too. And so it's going to be much more of a band effort. And it'll be a pretty diverse and fun record, I think.
I don't know if Scott's still on here. Scott was watching live for a little while, but he didn't pop in.
He's got-
Well, it's early
Yeah.
there.
He's
Yeah.
got a couple brilliant songs that are
Oh, what was the one today?
it's
Can
the
I
kind of
sing
jam influence. Yeah, the Breach of Contract song.
Breach
Of
of
contract
contract.
due
No, it
to
goes
a
down.
lack of
No,
contact.
no, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, this is how it
We
goes.
have two different versions. Mine
Anyway.
is better.
Very Paul Weller jam. But anyway,
Oi.
Save it
Yeah.
for the unreleased demo version. Yeah.
right.
It was killer, guys. This has been a lot of fun tonight, and this album is fantastic. You really did a
Absolutely.
really
Thank you.
good. You know,
Thank
very
you guys so much. It means everything to have you guys
In our corner.
in our corner. Yeah, it really.
Oh
is.
yeah. Well,
Whenever
yeah. I
Harvey
mean,
puts
it
out a
means
record-
everything to us that you both of you have put out so much amazing music over the years, and that you're still doing it.
Indeed.
Yes, that's the great thing, and we hope we have many more years to come. And all of our friends too. It's like I'm inspired by all the bands.
I'm
are
still
out
working
there.
with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just
Don't tell Marty. Shh.
yeah, yeah.
No, I have a feeling you will.
I think I'm in trouble now.
So I have a silly question. When are you
Thank you,
guys getting the kids in the band?
Oh no, they don't. They're not music.
Well,
people.
we actually did talk about Jade joining us on Synthesizer for select tracks.
Yeah, but we're not. We don't have. A lot of our musician friends have kids that just went right into music,
Yeah.
but not ours.
Yeah,
In fact, Jaden cannot. I think I'm her. She doesn't like my voice. She doesn't like anything I
she's
do.
a Waking Hours fan.
Loves
Yeah.
it. And she's got great taste in music, so I don't take it personally. You know, my vocals aren't for everyone. My style is not for everyone.
I think they're pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, but they're not for everyone.
Mm.
I don't have. You
They
know,
are for us,
Yes.
and,
Yeah,
and
they-
certainly the power pop crowd, no doubt about it.
yeah.
Um, So where can people pick up the record?
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, they can pick it up at Bandcamp.
Lisa
Bandcamp, Lisa Mychols
Yeah.
Bandcamp, and gemrecordings.com. And
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you Google in there, and you're gonna
Probably
find
on Amazon too. I think Gem has
Yeah, I
distribution
mean-
through Amazon.
it through Amazon. So yeah, pick it up there. Yeah, that's great.
But you won't get a button or a sticker if you do
That's
that.
true. You'll get a.
Oh, you have to go through your Bandcamp to get those?
Lisa's
It comes with
Bandcamp.
a little-
Lisa has
Yeah.
the bling. Yeah, Lisa always has the stickers and buttons, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
I didn't go as elaborate this
Do
time
Bandcamp.
around.
You get a nice surprise.
No, I mean
Okay.
it's really it's not as fancy as it used to be.
I
I'm
was-
sorry.
I was playing the album out loud. I thought maybe with high frequencies there'd be something only dogs could hear at the end, but I didn't see a reaction.
Oh, that would have been good.
Hey, you gotta get to that. You gotta earn that. You know, Mark? You gotta
Maybe
get to
next
that.
album.
This is our Meet the Beatles kind of record.
It's great. Yeah, next
You
one.
know.
Yeah, the cover. Oh, yeah. I mean, the cover with the dark. Yeah, with just the
Yeah.
four of you in the dark background. Sure, why not?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to get something. I kept saying the word. I want something iconic, and we have some great photographers here in Richmond that have shot for the Waking Hours over the years many, many times. But we were good, but it's like, no, this isn't quite it. And I talked to Marty; he was the same way. And there's this last one.
We were in the
Mark
swimming
Gormis,
pool.
who did Waking Hours back in the late '90s. I said, "Hey, can you come over? I have this idea in my head. It's kind of Meet the Beatles, but I want a spotlight behind the band. Like I want some other lights. I don't want it to just be that classic thing." And he got it. He really just nailed it, and I'm so grateful. And I
Show
really
show that photo that you had again.
Which
Oh my
one?
God, Ricky's got quite a Liam Gallagher vibe going there.
Oh, totally. Yeah. He came back later and said, I wish
Oh
I
my
had
God.
a that photo shoot because whatever. And I'm like, no, it looks awesome, dude.
You're almost. I mean, this album almost looks like you're in front of a tunnel and there's a train coming.
That is great. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, almost looks like you're oblivious to the fact that a train's about to barrel you over.
Yeah, no, that's
You need to
pretty-
hire Mark as your marketing director. He's always coming up with ideas like that.
That's
love-
good. Mark. The video
It's
idea is
really
quite
good. No, it's really good.
Yeah.
The whole package is fantastic,
The word.
guys.
So
Best of-
listen, enjoy the rest. Enjoy your time in the UK. I know you will. Yeah, we'll just definitely stay in touch. And certainly best of luck with this record. And we really do hope to see you guys at IPO Liverpool. Oh, what do you got?
Yes.
Jules
Yes.
Holland.
Books.
Yeah, but
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. You've already got the tourist stuff.
Tourist
how
stuff.
much we love your show and tune in as often as we
I
can.
know nothing about London.
Oh,
We thank you for having us. It really means
thank
a lot.
you.
Oh,
Thank you. It means
I
a
don't
lot
think
to
we-
us as well. Look at that.
I think these belong.
Get that off it's a family show for
I
Christ's
think
sake.
these belong to-
I can't take you
A
anywhere.
family of deviants, maybe, because
No, definitely go wander around the British Museum. It's awesome. And there's cool record stores walking distance from it.
well, they're in Camden, so of course
Okay.
the record shops and clothing shops are
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Um,
hey, thank you so much.
Love
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Love
We're
you
gonna
guys. Love the music. Best wish of everything, and enjoy your time over in the UK and Paris. You're gonna have a blast. It's great.
Thanks so
Great.
much, y'all.
But
We love you.
We'll get our
we love
band
you
up.
too.
I'm handing out stickers. Anyone in the UK that I pass by, if you see me,
That's
can I have
true.
a sticker?
Yeah.
We love that too.
Say it just like that too. Cover sticker.
I see you.
Take
Have a
care.
great- Guys, get some rest, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.
Oh my,
That was fun.
gotta love Lisa and Tom, man.
You
Fantastic.
do, and what a great record this is. The High Frequencies, brand new on Gem Records. Everyone listening, if you don't have it already, buy it. And like I always say, when I talk about an album from the stage at IPO, if you do have it already, buy it for a friend. They'll become a better friend.
Exactly. Yeah, it's great. Well, David, let's wrap this up tonight because there are reasons you and I both need to get off of this thing. Let's not get into detail, but we got a whole bunch of things coming up. In fact, looking into the future and futures past and pre-recorded and guests coming up. What do we got going on? I think next week, the 9th is Sunday.
Next week is the 9th, and when Material Issues normally would air at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, Rena and I will be at our IPO show, and so therefore would not be able to do a Material Issues. We could have made it later, but instead we just decided, hey, this is where we utilize the opportunities we have in pre-recording shows and then showing them at more opportune times. And that's what we're going to do on the 9th. We pre-recorded last week our guest, Mr. Peter Daltrey from the band, the 60s band Kaleidoscope. And he's still doing it. He's got a brand new record on, in fact, it's coming out this month. The Life and Times of Blue Larry and the Huguenot Kid on Think Like a Key, our friend Roger Uday and his great label. And this is a really nice record. And Peter was a great guest. So we're going to air that pre-recorded broadcast on the 9th.
Awesome.
The following week, we will have from Australia, the main man of a great pop band called Ice Cream Hands. And they have a new record called Giant Fox Pineapple Tree. And our guest will be Charles Jenkins, a singer-songwriter. And I love this band so much. And we're looking forward to going down under and having Charles as our guest on the 16th of November. On the 23rd, what do we got, Mark?
On 23rd, we've got a fantastic photographer who was around during the heyday of the punk years. I got to know her via Frank Sesich, and he got to know her, of course, through his time with Steve Bader's band, the Dead Boys. But Teresa Kariakis, who has a traveling photography exhibition throughout the entire country. It's kind of always traveling. Punk turns 30. She's got some iconic photographs of Stiv Bators, Blondie, the Ramones, Joan Jett, the Go-Go's, Billy Idol, Iggy Pop, all these great, classic, iconic, overused word. It is
Or
band
do we ever?
from the punk era. And she's going to talk to us about being there in those rooms and taking these candid photographs at her time through all the punk years. Yes, ice cream hands, exactly. Well, so I'm Hedgehog, and
I'm not gonna tell you what ice cream hands actually means. No, just the fact that I alluded to it in that way should probably give you a little bit of a hint. Anyway.
Yeah, Teresa Carriac is going to be with us on the 23rd. Going to be really
And I've
cool.
seen some photos that Frank has posted with her. So I look forward to learning more about her and her photography. On the 30th, we'll use the word iconic because this is the guitarist from one of the most iconic power pop bands of all time, the Rubinoos. And they're still going strong. The Rubinoos are in the midst of a tour right now of Spain, where they are darlings, and they're playing pretty much the whole country. And so we're going to have as our guest guitarist of the Rubinoos, Al Chan.
Yep.
And hopefully there'll be some new Rubinoos material in the works. We definitely we're all jonesing for that. So we'll look forward to that. On the 7th, and now I see that I have written it down this way, so I think this is when it will air. Tom Richards, when we were interviewing Tom and Lisa of the High Frequencies, mentioned that he really loves the mod music. And there's no better mod band around today than this one, the Len Price 3. And they have a brand new record on the great Rickard Pool label, Misty Medway Magic. Medway being the section of London that they're from, which is a hotbed of mod. And like every other Len Price 3 record, this one is absolutely super. And we're going to have Glenn and Steven from the Len Price 3 as our guest. We're going to pre-record that episode in a couple of weeks, and it will air on December 7th at our normal time. And then I guess that means on December 14th, we will air the pre-recorded episode that we just did with a great artist from the Netherlands, Jorik van Noorden.
Wow.
Who has a brand new record called Do It Now. It's on the Excelsior label, which is the premier pop label in the Netherlands. And he also wrote a book on Paul McCartney's record cabinet. It's all in Dutch, so if you don't read Dutch, you're not going to be able to get that part of the book. But the photos are amazing enough that you might want to own it anyway. So we're going to talk to Jorik. Well, we already have spoken to Jorik about his career and as a singer-songwriter, musician, and his book. And it was a really great interview, and that will air on December 14th.
And his new album.
So we've got a full docket of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And
So tune in, materialissues.com. Tell everybody, tell your friends. If you go over there, please subscribe. Archives are all there under the live tab. 227 episodes now. This
incredible.
Is episode 227. Unreal.
It's insane.
So go over there, subscribe, hang out with us. Join us for the next number of weeks as we roll towards the holiday season. We just keep kicking it here at Material Issues. So we hope you enjoy it. Tonight's interview with the High Frequencies, our good friends Tom and Lisa, just fantastic. So pick that up, Gem recorded.
Thank you, Tim. We really appreciate you tuning in every week. It means a lot to us.
We had just a full day. So I want to say good night, everybody. I could say love to Rena. Actually, she's in the room right now. So
good night.
Love to you, Rena.
Say hi to Chess and Audi.
Nice.
And Albus.
And Albus.
He's got a third dog,
now. Cool.
that he's watching while the dog's mommy, the human mommy, not the dog mommy, ran the marathon. New York City Marathon?
New York Marathon today, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So his daddy will be here in about 10 minutes to pick him up. So
cool.
It's
Nice.
It's great. But hey, everybody, thank you so much. And we will catch you next
Have a great week. Our pre-recorded show will catch you. We'll catch you next week. So
We'll catch.
tune in for the Peter Daltrey interview we did. It was really, really good.
Really good.
And
And if you live in New York, come to IPO New York. It'll be fun.
that's a good point.
Good point.
We will. Yeah, we will. We're heading to New York Tuesday night, and IPO starts there on Thursday evening and goes through Sunday evening at the Parkside Lounge. We really look forward to being back. We have a great lineup there. So yeah, if you're in New York or anywhere near New York, please come and join us. You'll be glad you did.
Cheerio.
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 Hip hip.
Have a great
Have a great one. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.